Okay, let's do some need to win a meter for game 5. Okay, I did not have time because I overslept today, famously. Jet lagged, whatever you want. But I quickly put together some crude graphics that if we turn this into any sort of social clip, we'll dress up and it will look better. But there's the deserve to win a meter. We're doing need to win a meter for game 5 because we spoke yesterday about what happens to the Panthers if they lose game 5 and let's say Bob gets chased again or he just has a bad game. What's their mindset going to be going back to Rogers for game 6? Do they need to close this thing out? So we're going to go around the room and do need to win a meter for both teams, each of us. Peter, I'm going to start with you if that's okay. Let's take a look at your need to win a meter for game 5. Give it to me.
Okay, I'm going to start with the Oilers because conceivably you would think the Oilers would be at 100%. Because
now, if they lose to people not watching or listening or alive, now if the Oilers lose, they'll be eliminated.
They will be eliminated. So their need to win is pretty high, but I put them at 90%. That 10% that you're like, where is it? It's already assigned to me thinking that they've lost. So I don't think that the 10% is really all that important because they don't need it. They've already lost in my mind. So that's where the 10% lives.
I don't like that behavior, but go on.
I understand it though.
Like in my head, I've already assigned the loss to the Oilers. So I'm not going to be extremely disappointed if they lose. 45% for the Florida Panthers because I haven't fully arrived at like, well, if they don't win this one, could go either way. But I'm very close to that happening because if they lose the next one, then you're entering anything could happen territory. Then you're talking about one game at a time stuff.
Yeah.
Like right now, heading into game 5, the Panthers still have a comfortable amount of runway. But that comfortable amount of runway really shortens because then you're looking at, oh man, well, they're going back to Edmonton. And if they weren't going back to Edmonton for game 6, I'd be like, they still got game 6. But going back to Edmonton, I think things skew in the Oilers' favor. And then if the things skew in the Oilers' favor and they take game 6, then you're talking about anything happening in a game 7. So I would say, man, the Panthers are very close to needing to win this game.
And we know what the numbers are. We know what the track record is with Chris Knobloch and the Oilers under Chris Knobloch. They lose 3 in a row. Then they start winning a bunch of games in a row. It would be unprecedented if the Oilers, knock on every bit of wood I can find in my life, knock on the ESPN desk. That's what we're going to call it, the ESPN desk from now on.
Oh, I can't even believe I haven't mentioned this. How we should be calling the Oilers the Bag Boys. The Teabag Boys.
Oh,
the Bag Boys.
I was gonna make the logo. I was gonna make the Oilers logo with a teabag in it, but famously, I was flying in on drugs and I overslept and haven't been able to do anything. Edmonton vlog out at some point today, but I basically have to do the whole fucking thing now. I was planning on doing it at like 6 a.m, but I was planning to do drugs. Bag Boys.
Bag Boys. We love the Wendy's commercial.
What you gonna do?
You guys love the Wendy's commercial.
We love the Wendy's commercial.
Famously do not like
we
it.
love the Wendy's commercial. I think we all love the teabag.
I do like that.
The teabag analogy. I like calling the Oilers the Bag Boys. I think that you can't really start it until they win one more game. If they win game 5, we're dubbing the Oilers the Bag Boys.
Sean, we like the commercial, so what do you think?
You guys like the commercial. I
We
like
like the commercial.
I like the Bag Boys name. I think there's a chance that the origins of it kind of get lost. But
That's perfect.
That's my Pete's specialty.
Yeah, that's why I like. Who cares? I think that's awesome.
And we have enough Oilers people that listen to the show that like this could be adopted, and everybody would be like,
Why the fuck
people
are they
who don't
calling
listen to
that?
the show be like, where did this come from and how did this get so popular?
Yeah, no, I like it. I think it's a fitting name.
Before we get to Sean's need to win a meter, I'm going to give Sean one more gift from Edmonton.
Oh, right. Yeah.
How about this,
You
Sean?
did say
Check
that you
this
had
out.
one coming. I'm so intrigued. What this is.
Actually,
You got Cheetos?
bunch of gifts. Sean, you know I had to do this to you.
Oh, fucking
damn.
right. Best candy on the
I'm so
planet.
jealous.
Best candy on the planet.
You want one, Pete? I
Yeah.
got 2.
Yeah,
Can we do 1-1? Is that okay?
No, it's fine by me. I wasn't
Hell
expecting
yes.
anything.
Oh, Maynard's Fuzzy Peach Snacks.
They're the best candy on the planet.
Now, the other one that I got you, the best part is we're for sure going to break out a need to win a meter video, and it's going to go crazy on YouTube, and all this is still going to be in there. I think it's very important that when we do little clips from the show, we do let people know that, like, this is that fucking show, though. Okay. This is from our friend Jay from the Nation, Oilers Nation, all the boys. They had this shirt. This is another didn't have in my size thing. The options were XL and a very big XL or a medium. It was a little too small for me. This is one of my favorite t-shirts in the world, and it is on Comfort Colors, which, do you know Comfort Colors?
No, I don't know.
You know Comfort Colors.
Great
Best
t-shirts.
t-shirts.
Hell yeah.
You see what that says, brother?
Oh,
La Bamba
man.
mentality. That's so hard.
What a shirt.
That's
Sean
so
is such
hard.
a fucking winner from this trip. It makes me so happy.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Sean, actually, I'll do my need to win a meter because I think Sean's is the best. Pete is in heaven right now. Our
I'm not
vibes are so
I'm
good.
not going to speak. Don't ask me to speak for the rest of this podcast because I'm just going to be eating these
Best candy
Maynard's
of all
Fuzzy
time.
Peaches. They're
Amazing.
so good.
Also, am I crazy, Sean? This graphic this is like a placeholder graphic. I kind of like the aesthetic.
Yeah, it gets the job done. Absolutely.
Minimalistic.
It's very
minimalistic.
it's so clean. This is a clean graphic. All right, my need to win a meter is 100% for the Oilers because I believe they can and will win the Stanley Cup. So they got to win the game. If they don't, they're going to be eliminated. And then their chances of winning the Stanley Cup goes down to 0%. I'm going a very high 79% need to win for the Panthers in Game 5. The thoughts that will get in their head, even though I think the walls in their head are a little stronger than other teams, they're able to compartmentalize. You're not getting in here, Paul Dano voice or Eli voice. Get out, evil spirit. That flight, and Connor McDavid said it. He was like, we got to go to Florida. You know what quote I'm talking about?
Gotta drag them back to Alberta.
Hardest fucking quote. You see that?
No.
He said, we got to go do some business in Florida and then drag them back to Alberta.
Didn't even say Edmonton. Alberta.
Yes. Yeah, your ass is going to Alberta.
It's so much harder.
I told friends last week, they were like, hey, what are you doing whatever day? I was like, I'm going to be out of the country. Where are you going? Alberta. What's that? Edmonton. What's that? It's fucking Alberta.
Somewhat
Amazing.
Western Canada.
But I really do think, and for the reasons that we outlined yesterday, the bob of it all, maybe we don't match up as well as we thought after Game 2. Maybe it returns to form a little bit of the game 1 where the Panthers say, you know what, fuck it. Let's just be aggressive. We're going to dictate the play. And then a bunch of chances go the other way, just like they did in Game 4. If the Panthers drop Game 5, the intrusive thoughts will be there, even if they are a strong-willed team, which I believe they are a very, very, very strong-willed team.
I do, and I still think your number is just significantly too high.
It was always going to be.
I know it was, and I'm just surprised that you had the Oilers at 100%. I expected you to find a way, find a way to make it like 0.
No, I put that option there. So when I was like, guys, do percentages for the Panthers and the Oilers, and Pete was like, just to clarify, is the Oilers part supposed to be a joke because obviously they need to win? And I was like, do with it what you want. And I figured, I was like, you'll both be creative and come up with something. But my true answer for that is 100%.
I would say my number is way lower because I don't think that the seed of doubt has been planted yet by the Oilers. I think that they need to win Game 5 to plant the seed of doubt, and then they need to water it in Game 6. And I think their chances of watering it in Game 6 back home, once like the intrusive thoughts and the doubts that have been planted famously are in the heads of the Panthers. Like once they're planted, I don't think they're planted yet.
So I vividly have a memory of 2004. The Boston Red Sox fell behind 3-0 against the New York Yankees in the ALCS. And they won Game 4. We'll see you later. Or no, I'm sorry. Dave Roberts steal, Ortiz, extra innings, blah, blah. after they'd won game 4, it was like, okay, yeah, whatever. They've extended the series. And after they won game 5, I remember my favorite teacher, Mr. Goldfine, had the projector thing, the slide. And he was like, before class starts, we have shit to do today, stuff to do. He would never swear. He was like, we have stuff to do today, but here are the answers to whatever questions you have. And it was like, 1, I can't believe they're doing this. Like, I can't believe it's happening. 2, blah, blah. And everything was based in like this feel of like, we're kind of watching something here. That happens after game 5. It doesn't happen after game 4. It started to because of the convincing nature in which the Oilers won game 4. But after game 5 and for game 6, the feel then is like, something's happening here. I don't know if this is happening, but something's happening here. So that is why I place so much emphasis on the importance of the Panthers winning game 5. Sean, give us yours because yours was the most interesting. Asshole.
Florida Panthers 0%. I'm not worried at all. There's a reason teams never win 3 or never come back from 3 straight leads or 3-0 deficits. It doesn't happen. So go ahead, win game 5, Edmonton. I still think you lose in the series. I will not be worried until it gets to game 7. And then I will put it at 50% because at that point, it's just a coin flip to me. Oilers 97% because they kind of have to win this game. But even if they don't, hey, maybe Connor McDavid will win Conn Smythe. And he wears 97. So that would be cool, I guess. You'll have a little bit of a silver lining, even if you manage to lose. So yeah, I'm genuinely not worried about the Florida
Can I
Panthers
just
at
say, I feel weird referring to you. When I'm talking to people who don't know you, I have to refer to you as our producer because that's just the easiest way. But I consider you a friend. And most importantly, I consider you like the third real ass voice on this show. But I look at that graphic and I say, that's my fucking producer.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Because both of those were chosen, A, because that's what's in your heart, but also it drives conversation.
Yes.
That was like a Jimmy Stewart ass need to win a meter out of Sean.
Sean completes us.
Yeah.
Here's a very real question. What would make you feel better if we're talking about an Edmonton Oilers victory in game 5? A game 5 in which they once again blow out the Florida Panthers, or a game 5 in which they steal a win?
For me, that's easy. I think they blow out the Florida Panthers because I think you got like at that point, it's just like, oh, now the Florida Panthers don't have a goalie. And that terrifies me if I'm a Florida Panthers fan. If they steal a win, whatever.
That's my answer too. But I think that both are very, very scary for the Panthers.
For sure.
I think that it would be better for the Oilers to steal a win because
they're still going to blow them out at some point again anyway.
that, and I think that the fewer like answers that the Panthers can like wrap their head around, the better it is for the Oilers. So like an 8-1 blowout victory, the Panthers can say, all right, we throw this game in the trash. But if the Oilers then turn around and win a game in which they're not supposed to win, like the Panthers can go head into game 6 saying, all we got to do is stick to our game. If we play that kind of game, we're going to get the results in game 6. And they don't make any adjustments that might light a spark or something. And I think if you have varieties of victories heading back to Edmonton for game 6, that's more beneficial to the Oilers in like the grand scheme of things.
I think that's really good.
My only thing is
he kind of got me.
I don't think like if you lose another blowout, I don't think you can throw that away because then you've gotten blown out twice.
No, I agree. Like you throw out this one for sure. But
yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean,
but if they get blown out again, I think big changes will come in terms of like a lineup, and maybe Maurice strikes something, gets his team a little bit more fired up, being like, yo, you guys are letting this slip away. I think if they lose a close one or a game in which maybe they quote unquote deserve to win, you're talking about like, just stay the course. Stay the course, boys.
Both give 2 scoops of doubt because getting blown out gives you the thing we talked about yesterday and the thing that Sean just mentioned of like, we don't have a goalie right now.
Yeah.
We are worried about that. And the losing a close game plants the seed of, I didn't know that they were game stealers.
Right.
We're the game
Well,
stealers.
I mean, it's
Like
exactly
what
what
if Stu steals a game?
what we
Yeah.
talked about after Knobloch's, or what you specifically said after Knobloch's quote, Pete. Like, you've lost every game in every kind of way. So what do you mean you know that you can beat this team? And if that happens, if the Panthers are now still up 3-2, but they've lost a blowout and a close game, it's just like, they can win any kind of way too. And that's definitely not a reassuring feeling. But I think, like Dacky said in the chat, if you get blown out back to back, I think you have to start being like, maybe we're just not a good team. Like we've lost 2 games now. We got blown out 2 games, and really we've been the worst team in 3 games. Like, boy, what's going on there? I don't think you can't take anything away from that. Whereas if you lose a close game, you could still be like I would, if you lose a close game in the Florida Panthers, I wouldn't want Paul Maurice to make changes, because you don't like that. To me, that's overreacting.
Yeah, because you weren't solved. You were defeated.
You just lost, yeah. And so, like, I think you feel a lot better losing a close game, because at the end of the day, it's still hockey, and you're still up. Like, you can lose on any given night, and you're up 3-2 still. Like, I think it's way worse for the Florida Panthers to have the doubt of, like, maybe this team is actually just better than us, than it is to be like, damn, even when we play well, we can't win. Like, I think they'd be fine in that situation.
Well, we'll continue the conversation and do all things Game 5 tomorrow. We're also going to have a live stream for it. I cannot commend you both enough for the job you did on the live stream. Shout out Ryan Lambert. Also shout out Pete currently, because the last 5 minutes, you were so in your fucking bag.
Literally.
You're breaking things down, eating fucking candy on quote unquote air, which is excellent behavior, because that is, I'm not like trying to put too much focus on you right now, but like,
I'm fine with it.
that's displaying a level of comfort that even if people listening hear some like chewing or whatever,
I hope
that's
not.
what I want.
I don't think you can. I'm not hearing anything.
But I want everyone so comfortable and so not thinking about how do I look, how do I do whatever, that it's just great takes, great conversation, great observations, and we got all 3 plus candy out of Pete
Great
there.
candy. I mean,
Those are so good.
Sean was talking these up when
Can
we
you
went
give me
to
2? I didn't get
Yeah.
any for myself.
Crazy.
Sean
move.
was talking those up when we were in Toronto, and I didn't really buy the hype because like I'm a peach rings
I'm
guy.
a huge peach ring
Same.
guy. Yep.
And I was like, buddy, I've had those before. I've had peach rings.
That's what I thought.
I gotta be the same.
Yeah.
The Maynard's peach fuzzy
They're a different
peaches.
kind of gummy candy.
They're different. They're a different kind of gummy candy.
They're built different.
And there is a significant like dissimilarity between these and peach rings. Peach rings are way more chewy, a little bit more rough of an experience. These are
They're like
fucking
juicy.
so juicy.
They're amazing.
So soft.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This might be my favorite candy.
We all silly like the mayor.